All right, we are live, Facebook Live video that is.
Facebook.
And
Live.
This week we are going to talk about two things. One, we're going to talk about Backlash, the first SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view since the brand split. And two, we're going to get outside of the realm of pro wrestling, but talk about a pro wrestler. UFC 203 will be the first UFC fight for CM Punk. And since it's his first UFC fight, we will pick it, because why not?
And three, we're going to talk about the sign.
Yeah, so as you notice, we have a new backdrop for our Facebook Live videos. And this is the sign that I brought to Monday Night Raw, which was in Kansas City.
And it's backwards.
It's a backwards for you. It's not backwards for us. You might have saw it during the Charlotte versus Bayley match.
At the end of it.
I noticed it there.
Yes. And it says, hashtag, tweet, the table. All right.
Yes.
Let's do this.
All right. We are going to get started with the
Are
first...
we counting the CM Punk UFC? We're going to pick the same thing. Huh?
Yeah, I think
All right,
so.
so it doesn't matter.
But we'll kind of break it down a little bit from a pro wrestling only standpoint, and then you guys know I follow MMA for many of years, so what?
Josh, Big Josh Rebel Trucker put in a hashtag tweet table backwards with a question mark.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Good, thank you.
Yes.
But I'll give you
friends.
kind of a breakdown from that point of view. So let us start with Saturday night's event, which will be UFC 203, the money fight. The reason we're talking about it, it will be CM Punk's debut fight in the UFC and first ever fight. First, including amateur and pro. This is the first time he's ever done it.
Never even been in an argument.
Well, he's been in a few, as we've known. But
he's in one right now, probably, with
yeah.
one of these options.
Mm-hmm. We'll get into that to the news, listen to the podcast after this. But it will be CM Punk versus Mickey Gall. We'll start with you, Captain Awesome.
CM Punk's getting his ass whipped.
Just because?
It may be a close fight, I guess. We don't know. We don't know. And he's new. And just like you said, he's just learning how to lace his boots.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well,
what
he won't
the
be wearing
fuck are we
boots
talking about?
For those
right.
who don't know.
Sure, but it's a phrase.
Right, yeah, I know.
Right. It's just, Gall.
All right.
Yeah.
So
if I had to put money on it, I'd go with the experience.
Okay, so because we'll move on, we'll make this quick with the Backlash picks coming up after this. But do you want him to win?
No.
Like, as a pro wrestling fan, do you want him to win?
No, because my disdain for the way he carries himself and presents himself as a person is worse than I hope people take wrestling seriously and give a shit what people think about wrestling.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, look at that. That's a hot take.
Yeah.
All right, so
hot take.
Yeah.
Lil Sheiky.
Yeah, look at that. Iron Sheik here with us.
Lil Sheiky. Do we need to explain that?
We'll get into that.
You got to pick your.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Gee, who are you going to pick?
Well, here's the thing. So here's the plus and minus side.
We know who he's going to pick.
Well, hold on.
We know. Sheiky and I know. All right.
Okay. So I'll give you kind of my thought process on this. The plus side for CM Punk is Mickey Gall. This is only his fourth fight total. He only had 2 amateur fights, and this will be his second pro fight. The opposite end of that, and everything that works against him, is this.
Yeah.
He's 38 years old. Mm-hmm. He has a history of injuries.
A lot of them.
He's just now learning the sport. Mickey Gall has been training for years. Now, CM Punk has been training for 2 years with one of the best gyms in the world. That will help. That does mean something. When you train with people who are elite, that helps you. You know what I mean? You could train at home or you could train with the best in the world. When you train with the best in the world, you will get better. So he does have that in working into his advantage. Here's why I'm picking Mickey Gall more so than any other reason. I'm picking Mickey Gall because Mickey Gall already had his UFC debut fight. All things even as far as both guys debuting on the same night, because Punk, and even though pro wrestling is not a sport, it is not a sport, there is something to be said for performing in front of 80,000 people, WrestleMania crowds, performing when told to perform, those kind of things, the travel, all of that. CM Punk knows those kind of things, but what he doesn't know is how to do that in front of 10 to 15,000 people, which will happen on Saturday night. Mickey Gall already went through that. He had his UFC jitters out of the way. So I think that's going to be the biggest determining factor on how Punk will lose. I think he'll have an adrenaline dump. His skill set is not that good. And Mickey Gall, I predict submission late first round.
That's what Big Josh says. First round tap out, go win.
Yeah, that's why I think he's going to give him a rear naked choke.
Plus, another thing against CM Punk, he has a salad on his chest.
Yeah, he's got a tossed salad.
So that's not, you can't win an MMA fight with a salad on
Here's what I'll say. I asked him, so I'll answer the question I asked him. I do want him to win for this reason. I like the story of going out there and achieving a goal, right? You said you want to do this. Here's your opportunity. Go do it.
Sure.
Is he kind of a douche? He seems that way. But it's also the media. We only know one side. He could be a great guy. He has good friends.
Yeah, I'm sure people love him.
He hasn't been kicked out
of
the gym.
Cole Cobain is a big fan of him.
Yeah, he is. They're best friends. They're in a little spat. It's fine. But, I mean, he hasn't been kicked out of the gym, so he obviously isn't a prima donna.
True.
Duke Rufus, if he thought he was a prima donna, he would have said, get out.
Yeah, so, I'm sure he's not going to be terrible.
Right. Oh, I think he's going to be terrible.
Okay.
I don't think this is going to be a good fight.
Good,
I think this is going to be a great spectacle.
Is it going to be terrible in a way that, like, a guy like me who never... I mean, I watch some fights, but I'll be able to be like, this is fuck.
This will be, for people familiar with MMA, I think this is going to be a step up from Dada 5000 versus Kimbo Slice.
Dudu 5000.
But a step below James Toney versus Randy Couture. I think it's going to be somewhere in that muck.
Well, let's move into what we know much more about collectively, and that's wrestling. And we're going to talk about Backlash, the SmackDown only pay-per-view coming up on the WWE Network this Sunday.
Yes.
We have a picks game that we recently restarted. I won last time with, what was it, SummerSlam?
Yep.
And this time, we're going to do it again, and we're going to start trading our new trophy, Lil Sheiky, back and forth. Right now, Lil Sheiky is with me, and me and Lil Sheiky are having plenty of fun.
Yeah, you are.
Don't you worry.
Heard.
Don't you worry.
We've heard
about that.
Yep.
Lil Sheiky is staying with me. He's not going with the T-Mac. He'd make the T-Mac humble. All right, so
let's get
first up.
Yep,
let's start with this. Due to the injury of Gable, he's no longer ready. He's willing, but he's not Gable.
Right.
Or is he Gable? Fuzzy Wuzzy. All right. He can't go. So they're going to put the Usos against the Hype Bros, the last two teams that lost in the previous round, and the winner gets to face Slater and Rhino. I can't even, that's a thing.
Yep.
They're going to face those two guys, which is fun. It's a fun thing. I like it. So who's going to win that? Usos or Hype Bros? Usos. I think same thing. Look, they didn't turn heel
to lose
out of
the first thing.
Yeah, they set this up for the Usos.
Right.
So it's definitely Usos there. All right. I'm going to go with the Randy Orton-Bray Wyatt match next. Right?
Okay.
So, I feel like it's going to be Randy Orton because Bray Wyatt never wins. So I'm going Randy Orton.
I'm going Randy Orton too, but this is the reason why. I don't think he went through getting his head concussed and bleeding all over the place to then go into another program to lose.
So there's two logical reasons we're going to go with
Randy Orton.
All right, then the IC title match, Miz versus Dolph. I'm going to come out and I'm going to say Dolph wins this title because I think they're going to have Miz go up against, into a little more mainstream storylines.
I like that idea. Mm-hmm. I'm going to stay with Miz because I think they like this day, whatever it is, IC title reign. I think that might become a T-shirt. You know what I mean, or something.
They did just start that, so
right.
You might
I think that. Yeah, I think Miz will win, and I think they like him for that role. And a pick later, I'm picking heel, so foreshadowing, which would mean Miz needs to stay heel where he's at.
Yeah, and I'm picking that too.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, let's go with the 6-pack challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Natalya. There's a lot of first names in the women's division. Alexa Bliss, and Naomi.
Side note, just because you said that, a ton of first names for women, but last names for men, right? Sure. Cesaro, Rusev, they all lost their first names. Interesting point. Man, you just love toys.
Sheiky baby.
You can't stop touching
Sheiky baby.
We've heard. All right, who are you picking?
I'm going Natty. I think they're going to give Natty. Heel Natty. SmackDown champion. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yep. I'm not a big fan of the idea, but I think they're going to do it.
It's down for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's down to two people. It's down to Carmella.
Mm-hmm. That was one of my.
Or Becky Lynch.
So I had those three.
Right.
Yeah, so but I think it's not Carmella, right? And Becky Lynch is another Bray Wyatt type for me. Not getting it. So I went. Natty.
I'm gonna go. Nikki Bella. Because fuck it.
She's that type where they might be like, oh, you've been a champion here.
And she's a babyface. Well, and she's a babyface right now.
Yeah.
And
it's a lifetime achievement award almost at their beginning.
Right. Well, and with my idea, thinking that Miz heel IC champion, and then later heel heavyweight champion, they need a babyface to offset those titles. That's where Nikki comes in.
All right. Well, the World Championship match: Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles, and I think we said it already. I'm going AJ Styles.
I'm going AJ Styles too, and this is the reason why. I think AJ Styles might have a lengthy run as champion, where in the course of him being heel, they flip him babyface. Kind of like the opposite of what Punk did, CM Punk, as we are wearing right here, where Punk was babyface, then turned heel, and then kept the title forever. I don't think AJ is going to get like a year-long run with it, but I think they like his quality of matches, and his merchandise sells, so eventually as champion, you want the champion selling merchandise. So that's where I think he'll get a babyface.
He's doing better on the stick than he is.
Yeah, he's doing great. So I think they'll reward him. And I think Dean Ambrose just needs a shot of life back into him. He's kind of in this weird spot.
We forgot. Usos then taking on Slater and Rhino. You think Slater and Rhino are pulling it? Or are the Usos walking away as heel tag champs?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to steal your idea, but I think you want to use it, so I'll let you take it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think Gable is legit hurt. I think this is maybe some time off for a, vacation, things like that. Because they went from right to NXT to the main roster, so they might need some time to move, things like that from Florida. But my thought process is American Alpha costs the Usos the chance to win the titles, thus giving Heath Slater and Rhino the championship, and then Heath Slater getting his job. And then Rhino and Heath Slater turn on each other, then you get that program. The belts then go to American Alpha, because Heath Slater and Rhino are kind of whatever, like lukewarm heel or babyface, so going against heels or babyfaces work for them.
So I'm not going to steal your idea. So I'm going to eliminate that thought in my mind of the Gable coming in and helping.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to stick with Usos versus Slater and Rhino. I think the Usos will do some hard heel stuff to get more sympathy on Slater, and Usos walk away heel tag champions.
So you're going to Usos.
That'll be my pick.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that's that. Sheiky baby ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's good.
Sheiky baby staying.
Well, let me.
That's my Sheiky baby.
So, because when I win, I'm gonna stick this boot in his ass. His ass.
Sheiky baby.
Yeah, Sheiky baby.
Make it humble.
So let us know.
Right. Punch.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
So let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you think of our picks. Leave a comment in the section below, and share.
Zoom it.
Ooh,
all right.
That was good.
Yeah.
I like
it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's it. We got a podcast coming up.
Podcast.
Listen to that. And tell a friend.
Podcast. Tell a friend if you have any. Do it. You just joined. Chris. Later.